All right, my name's Tristan Money. I'm the Senior Vice President of European Marketing for Vistaprint. Sarah, I promised to leave you 10 minutes. I think we've got a 15 or 20 minutes. So anyway, for those of you who aren't familiar with Vistaprint, we sell personalized printed products online to small businesses, micro businesses, and consumers. So products like business cards, flyers, photo books, mugs, basically anything you can print customized online. And we provide it at an incredible value. So it's been a really disruptive business model, taking share typically from the local print shops. We're a global business. We have about 20 million customers. In the UK alone, we have close to 5 million customers. We operate 24 different websites, 17 here in Europe, all fully localized. So I'm going to spend about the next 8-9 minutes telling you a bit of a story about how Vistaprint actually has had to undo a lot of our cross-sell and upsell that we've implemented over the last 10 years. So with that, okay. So first of all, I want to provide a little bit of context about Vistaprint. So this first image, I know it's quite small, I'm not sure if you can see it in the back, but this is a pack of business cards, and a customer has come to our website and they have customized a product with either a design that we have given them, a template, or they've uploaded their own logo. So you'll see there's a paintbrush, this is a painter. What's unique about our business that puts us in a great position to both upsell and cross-sell is we can then take that exact same design and put it on a whole array of other products that we have. So on the right-hand side here you see this is letterhead. The customer hasn't had to do anything. We've taken that design and automatically put it onto this product, and so on and so on. So here are two other products on the right-hand side. This is a lawn sign. This is a car door magnet. Very difficult to see from the back there. But this gives us a really unique opportunity, once a customer has interacted with us, to be able to show them a whole array of other products that are almost complete and ready for them to order. Okay, so there are three things by the end of this presentation that I would love you to take away. We found that relevancy is king, and I'm going to talk to all of these things over the course of the next couple of minutes. The second thing is, and we've learned this to our peril, in cross-sell and upsell, don't compromise the customer experience. It might look good on the surface, but it soon becomes unstuck. And the third point is taking a holistic approach to cross-sell and upsell. I'll explain a little bit more about that. All right, so cross-sell and upsell. I'm going to show you a very tactical thing just to warm you up here. So one of the things that Vistaprint has found is how you display an image in upsell and cross-sell can really have a big impact on the likelihood for a customer to actually take that product. So here is a product. It's probably very difficult for you to see, but probably it's very difficult for you to understand what this product is. Typically, on our website, it would say the name of the product, it would have a price, etc. But if you were to look at this, it doesn't look very compelling, you don't even know what it is. We spend a lot of time on photography purely as a means of testing into the take rate when we're cross-selling and upselling something. So here you'll see exactly the same product is being, the photograph has been taken where it actually looks like a post-it sticker, it's got a hand in it, so it's got a human touch. The difference in the take rate when you're cross-selling something like this is over double digits higher. So anyway, purely tactical. We're going to move on to the bigger story right now. Well, actually, before we do that, got it all. Oh, did you see that? Did anything come up there? Red bar? No? Okay. So this is a little teaser for you. We've got 4 products here, all where we've enhanced the photography. Okay? Vistaprint split tests everything. So not all products are equal. When I talk about the photography that we do to enhance the take rate, anyone have a guess which one of these products actually had a negative effect as opposed to a positive effect? Any guesses? No, there's a couple of people from Vistaprint in the back there, so don't say anything. Anyone got any ideas?
The bag.
The bag. Okay, any other ideas? The hat. And we could probably select all 4, right? Okay, well, it was actually the mug. I'm going to tell you why in just a minute. But interestingly, just by shooting all of these photographs, comparing them to the prior experience, A/B split testing them, all of these three products had over a double-digit increase in the take rate, the percentage of people in the cross-sell and upsell that were actually taking them. The reason the mug didn't, the prior picture was much bigger. A mug is a fairly simple thing for people to see. So just by making the picture smaller, it actually had a lower take rate. But these small tactical things can really help in terms of cross-sell and upsell and measuring the actual take rate of all these products. Okay, so I'm going to take you back about 12 years ago. This is our website, I think in 1998, 1999. Pretty frightening, right? Well, so we came up with a business model that was to sell free business cards. Does anyone here own Vistaprint business cards? Okay, you all should. If you're all, if you're all, I think some of the audience here are small businesses. 5 million customers in the UK. All right, so we came up with a business model to sell free business cards. We charge a nominal fee for shipping, and we would generate tens of thousands of customers through this model. Right, a very compelling offer. But when you give away free business cards and you're charging a small amount for shipping, you're never going to make a viable business. So, a turning point for Vistaprint was actually our first cross-sell. When a customer would come to our website and design a business card, they'd give us their name and address, etc. They'd design it, go to checkout, and we would say, would you like return address labels with that order? All right? And the return address labels, which you'll see on the right-hand side here, these are things that you stick on envelopes, which we don't do so often today, would automatically have the same design and the customer's name and address. They didn't have to do anything other than say, yes, please. And this was a €2 additional upsell. Well, believe it or not, this actually turned the business from being unprofitable to being profitable and sent us on a path over the next 10 years for what I would describe as cross-sell and upsell on steroids. I'm going to show you a little bit about that. All right, let's talk about cross-sell. I'll come to upsell in just a minute. So here is an example. A customer, it's a builder by the looks of it, has come to our website and they have designed a business card, putting their personal information on it. They've actually used one of our designs here. They may have spent half an hour, they may have spent an hour designing this. They're really happy with their product. We're going back 10 years ago, remember. Really happy with their product. Now it's time to check out. They want to leave as quickly as possible. But hang on, we've got products to sell you. So we would show you a page like this with 4 products, and all of the products on this page would have exactly the same design. And all you have to do is click the button saying, yes, please. So left-hand side here, there's a car door magnet with the same logo. There's letterhead. There's phone cases here. This is a more recent example. So anyway, this is take rate would be relatively high. Customers still interested in checking out. They click the next button. Hang out, there's more. All right, another page. And here we've got a poster calendar. We've got key rings. We've got notepads. Again, all with the same design. This is all very relevant, but it's beginning to get a little bit annoying. All right, on to checkout. So the customer clicks next. Whoop, there's another page. All right, this is what I'm describing as cross-sell and upsell on steroids. And we would split test every single additional page and product that we would put in, and we found that the take rate never suffered. So we just did more and more of this. I think you're going to get the story here, right? So we've had 3 pages. Time to check out. We've actually run out of products to sell you, so we're going to sell other people's products. We're now going to sell you QuickBooks by Quicken. Okay, exhausted. We're going to move on. All right. But hang on, we've got more for you. A magazine. All right. Begin to get the picture. Well, like I said, we A/B split test all of this stuff. It was all increasing our revenues. It became a big percentage of our revenues. But one of the things that we found was that our net promoter score was going down the toilet. On top of that, our repeat rates was also declining. So while we were making a lot more revenue in the session, we were actually creating very unhappy customers, as you can see here. I think this is probably a good descriptor of our average customer. So a couple of years ago, we recognized we needed to do something different. We became a lot more customer-centric. We actually started talking to our customers. Here's a picture of a day that we had where we invited 100 of our customers in. to share with us their feelings on our user experience. And we really got it loud and clear. While we were making lots of money doing this, it was really annoying. They weren't going to come back. And so from that, we pursued a path of saying, how are we going to reinvent all of this cross-sell and upsell in a way that is not going to have us lose a lot of revenue, but it's also going to create much more loyal customers. And I want to quickly show you what that looks like. So the first thing we did, we got rid of the most irrelevant thing. Remember I talked about relevancy a minute ago? We got rid of the magazines. That was an easy one. The second thing we did, fairly simple, we were very nervous about this, we allowed people to go directly to the basket. It was a very muted color, so it's much less call to action than the next button. This decreased the take rate slightly, but not nearly as much as we were expecting. The next thing we tried was, here you only see 6 products on a page. We actually tried all 16 products on one page. So rather than having 4 pages, we showed 16. And this actually had a slight drop off to what we were doing before. We then started measuring things differently. Rather than measuring it by take rate, we started measuring it by gross margin at the customer level. And then, on top of that, you'll see exactly the same page here. But this page, all the products are in a different order. We started playing around a lot with the algorithms that drove what you should show a customer based on what they had in their basket, what they had ordered before, what they'd done on the site, what they'd done in emails. And from this, we're able to make this a lot more relevant for the customer. And at the end of the day, having gone through all of this, we were actually in a much better place financially. We were making more money, creating a much, much better customer experience, a much happy customer. All right, conscious of time, I'm going to give you 2 other examples of cross-sell and upsell. One of the products we sell is photo calendars. In the early days, what we did is we'd have a lot of upsell options. Here's a good example at the bottom. I'll read it to you because you probably can't see it in the back. Print the calendar grid, not the actual image, but the calendar grid in color, only £1.99. What a value. But we would auto-check the box. And in doing that, some 70% of people would automatically take this upsell. We found that a lot of these customers would be extremely unhappy, not realizing they'd paid for this. And obviously, when I talk about Net Promoter Score and decreased repeat rates, we have very unhappy customers. So we don't do this anymore. We no longer check the boxes. It seems like an easy win on the surface because a lot of people take it, but ultimately you're going to create very unhappy customers. Got 2 more examples before I pass on the microphone. Here's another example of upsell. So we sell our printed products in quantities. You can't see this, so I'll read it, but a customer would come in on an offer of 250 business cards. We would then, test different treatments once they'd built their business cards to upsell them into different quantities. And the way that you can show value per piece, for example, where you can show you'd be a fool not to take the 500, as well as the treatment and the very wording that you use, our recommendation, recommended quantity. All these things are tactics that you can deploy to really increase the take rates. I've got one more example. Vistaprint has recently introduced some fairly complex additional upsells. So with our business cards, you can now get spot gloss, where the text is much higher, and glossy and metallic finishes. But how you can upsell that online is very difficult. So one of the things that we have done in the flow, we actually, let me see if I can open this. In the selection process, we inserted a little video which the customer can click. This would actually show the business card that they have just designed, where it actually shows how the spot gloss and the metallic actually looks. These kind of things increase the actual percentage of people taking these things by double digits. I can't give you the exact numbers, but it's significant. All right. So just to close. Yes, that's great. Thank you. And then. All right. So just to close, where we see things going. Hang on. Yeah, I can't click into that. Okay, thank you. All right. So to close, conscious of time, where do we see things going in the future? So the first thing is, excuse me. What did you do?
You have to click on the arrow.
On the arrow, okay. Very good. So relevancy. Relevancy is going to continue to be king. I'd say that's the number one thing in cross-sell and upsell. The second thing is what we learn to our peril is don't compromise the customer experience. So there are plenty of things that you can do that look good on the surface, but they will come back to bite you. So that's a tenet that we live by. And thirdly, take a holistic approach to cross-sell and upsell. It's becoming a lot more complex. The environment, it's not just about what you do on the site, it's about what you do in emails, it's what you might do in display banners. Now people use multiple devices to make a purchase, so you've got to make this whole ecosystem work together. And with that, I'm going to hand over to Sarah, very conscious of time. Thank you.